Well, hey again, everyone, and welcome to our Wildcats Media Sports Podcast. I'm Al Quartermont, and very pleased to have a special show to get things underway here in our new school year back in the podcast studio, and very pleased to be joined with a couple of my students, as well as a new face to the LCU campus. As to my left, Byrson Baloney. Bryson.
Hi, everyone.
Get you turned up there. All right, we're a little rusty.
Yes, I'm good. Hi, everyone.
All right, and to my right, it's Rose Blampain, who is a senior for us and a member of the LCU soccer team. Familiar face. And next to you is your new head coach, and we want to welcome to the program the new LCU head soccer coach, AJ Ostrowski. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having me. This is exciting.
And we were talking off the podcast a little bit how you've only been down here a few weeks.
Yeah. It's been a crazy 4 weeks. We definitely have had the whole team and myself included have dealt with a lot of adversity getting down here but it's super exciting and super thrilling just to be with these girls and the team has been so accepting of me and really has helped me out and props to my assistant Danny Gomez and my GA Valeria Barriga. They've held my hand through this whole process, and without them, I don't know if I could have gotten through the initial process. And just Coach Mason and Coach Brittany have helped me out so much as well. And so a tribute to not just the coaches and the administration, but also my players for really helping me out and making this transition as smooth as it could possibly be with such a quick turnaround.
Yeah, sure. All right. So tell us a little bit about yourself and where you've come from, where you were before you came here to LCU.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm born and raised in Chicago, Illinois. As I've been told many times already being down here, where's your accent from? But yeah, started in born and raised Chicago, Illinois, just outside of it. Was a multi-sport athlete growing up. My parents made me be in band, wanted to be well-rounded. And then went to college, played college ball at Carthage College.
In Kenosha.
In Wisconsin. Yep, absolutely. Kenosha, Wisconsin. And then after that, I got my degree there in education and my minor in my major was sports and exercise science, and then my minor was education and health. And then after there, I went to I graduated and was a teacher for almost 10 years. Loved being a teacher. I love education, but the work schedule was a little rough for me. I was a coach and a teacher, and so I was actually teaching for most of my day, and then I went on to club, and then after club, I went to my semi-pro team, and so I was doing that grind for a while, and then my daughter was born, and I needed some kind of semblance of life and balance, and so my wife actually inspired me. She's like, teaching is great, and I think you're a great educator, but coaching is education too, and it's just a different form of education. And so I always told myself that if I was in soccer, I would never be working a day in my life. And so I worked as hard as I could. I don't know if you guys know Josh Allen, but I kind of took a page out of Josh Allen's book, and he emailed every school in the country, and I feel like I did the same thing to try and get a start in coaching myself. And so that's what I did, and ended up at Michigan Tech last year, and that was just a great start to a fabulous transition to coaching, and I learned a lot while I was up there. The winters are they're a totally different animal from down here, and so many people have asked me, so far north to so far south, why the change? And so it's just it was a fortune of luck in trying to find a position, and luckily I met coach at LSU, the assistant. She actually used to work here, Sam Etherington.
Yeah.
And so she put me in touch with administration here, and she's like, I really liked how you coached at our camp and stuff. I think you would be a good fit. And so kind of put my feelers out there, and as I said, 4 weeks before the season was hired, or 3 weeks before the season, and here we are. So that's kind of like how I came up in things and how I got here.
Yeah.
So
That's fantastic.
yeah.
So how would you describe it so far? Are you really enjoying it?
It's been crazy because I think Rose can attest to this too. It's every step of the way has been a little bit of a challenge for us. Like this last weekend was our first road trip officially as a team, and we got a charter bus and the charter broke down.
Oh,
So
Wow.
it was kind of but it was a blessing in disguise in a minute because my girls love shopping. So of course we limped along to a halfway stop where pretty much there was like any shopping thing that you could, and one of my freshmen, actually, I won't say names, but one of my freshmen, I haven't seen her smile all preseason, and I said, you have a couple hours to shop, and all of a sudden her face lit up and she's like, shopping, oh my god. I think my kids were pretty thrilled, not about the breakdown, but that they got to go shopping. So and just with the team building, we've been able to do a lot of that and stuff. So it's been a bit of a sprint, but it's also been just such an amazing experience just to be thrown into this and kind of embrace the challenge. And a lot of the girls I'm learning are also embracing that challenge as well. Mm-hmm. A majority of the roster is international, and they have their own challenges of getting in. And Rose can attest to, she's had her own issues with just kind of making sure that she has all the paperwork, making sure that she has all of her stuff done, and X's and O's and all that taken care of. So all of us are kind of in it together, but we're all helping each other, and I think that's we've embraced is kind of like that family vibe, and so that's what's been really cool to see as we start this season.
So do you think like the players actually like are trying to buy into what are you trying to incorporate into their season, or do you feel like they have enjoyment of playing for you?
Yeah, actually, so it was actually pretty cool. I didn't realize, but Coach Mason actually talked to a couple of the girls. I didn't know, and he's like, I just want to give you the feedback that I got. And one of the things he said, two things. He said the girls always know that where they stand with you, and two, you always try to be positive. And Rose can tell me if those things aren't true. Nice. But I always try to be fully transparent with the girls, and the girls really respect that. And I feel like when I learned what I learned from education and applying to with coaching is really helping me a lot. And I truly feel like if you're a coach, you really should be a teacher, like an actual teacher in a classroom for an amount of time, because you're dealing with young minds and young people. And for me, a great amount of calm and a great amount of understanding is necessary to deal with, or to just cohabitate, right? And so for my team, I try to be as transparent as possible. And like, if I need you to play a certain way, we're going to talk about that certain way. If, I always tell the girls, leave the place better than you found it, whether that's a hotel room, whether that's, the bus, or it's just having that certain level of expectation. And I truly do feel like the girls are trying to buy into it, and it's not just one girl. I feel like they see the effort that I'm trying to make, and trying to make a locker room a little bit more inviting, getting them snacks, getting a refrigerator, and us trying to make this experience the best possible here at LCU. And I truly do think that the players are buying into it, and they enjoy the camaraderie in it, and my coaching in it as well. So I think it helped when I didn't come in with, an iron fist and just kind of say it's going to be this way or the highway. And in education, I've learned that people don't care about what you're saying unless they care about you. And so for my first couple of weeks, it wasn't about soccer for me. It was about learning the players, and it was learning about the people that I'm going to be coaching. And a couple of the girls were like, "Oh, are you being too soft right now? Are you, I think you should go a little bit like harder on the team." And I was like, yeah, but if I do that, I'm going to lose half the team immediately.
Yeah.
So from my education background, that's kind of where I was like, okay, I want to try and ease into this. I want to try and learn them not just as athletes, but as human beings as well. And I feel like that's gone a long way in trying to get that buy-in, as you kind of expressed.
So Rose, I'm going to put you on the spot. As a player who's having to navigate through having a new coach, what's it been like for you?
I think it's been easy actually. I feel like I've had a lot of different coaches through my whole life, and I start to see now, actually, not at first, but I start to see now. I really like the fact that my coach right now is showing me like how we say that, I don't know, like the good parts about how I play.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that I'm fast, and my other coaches always told me what was wrong and what I should have worked on, and now I just see what I can work on, but in the things that I'm already good at. So I really like that, because now I have a clear vision of how I would like to play.
So what you're saying is this coach now showing you giving you more of the positive feedback other than other coaches giving you the negative feedback?
Yes. So most of the time when I have time personally, which I don't right now, I always go on the field and I always ask my coaches what I can work on. And most of the time it was things that I didn't know how to do or that I wasn't good at. But this time, for example, the game that we just played, coach was like, is it Rose or is it Flash on the field? So then for me, I was like, oh, actually, I think what I'm good at is just I'm fast, so I can take the players with how fast I am. So then I started to change my vision of the way I wanted to play, and I'm watching videos by myself when I have time of Lamine Yamal, and every time he does that thing that used the way, like, he's really fast, so he just push the ball until he shoot, and that's what I would like to work on the next practices.
Interesting.
So I like that.
So Rose, I gotta ask you a question. Is this the youngest coach you ever been coached by, or?
I think Harrison was younger, actually, their prior coach.
Yeah, I think, and I had coaches. I had a women's coach back home, and she just turned, I think she was 26 or 27, and so I don't think.
I'm not trying to make you feel old, but it feel like
No.
you actually bond with this coach more than your other coaches.
Because for me, it's really hard. I personally had, like I said, a lot of different coaches, and the coaches that always tell you what's wrong with you, it just makes you always on nerves, and you just don't want to play for them anymore, because every time you feel like you're gonna make a mistake, there's something that is always wrong, but they don't tell you what is good about you.
Yeah.
So then you keep on thinking, and you're like, I'm actually not good at anything. So.
Yeah, and I would say that that's kind of my coaching style is I want to bring out their strengths, and I want to show them what their strengths are, but then I also want to give them like that like good news hamburger, right? Like the good news, like, hey, and this is what I told Rose, like, hey, you're really fast. Like, why don't you use that? And then she started to use it, and then she started to get called off sides. And then so that's why I started to say, oh, she's flash. And now she's got to work, like we've talked about this, she's got to work on timing those runs, because she is so fast. Sometimes she runs, we don't play the ball, and then she's off sides. So that was kind of like, hey, you're really fast. Let's use it to our advantage, and this is how we can do that. And so that's kind of my take on how to kind of help each athlete is make your strengths, and we can try and improve your weaknesses, but let's work with what we have here.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of like what I've kind of told them.
And you coming in as a coach relatively late in the process, I've seen coaches take two approaches. One is, you're not my players, I'm not going to give you the time of day. But you really don't have time to bring in your own players anyway, so you have to work with what you have here, but it sounds like you already have that kind of coaching style anyway.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And props to the previous regime. I mean, we don't have the numbers, but we have the quality. Like, there is so much talent on this roster. It's crazy. And granted, we only have 16 girls, but, I mean, top to bottom, we have just crazy talent. And so that's the thing is nice is we have that ability, but the numbers definitely give us some struggles sometimes in the heat. But I think that's also what helps me being able to come in, and it's like there was no other option. And to be honest with you, I'm super happy with what we have here, and I'm super excited. And I told the girls, like, after the first practice, I was like, whoa, I'm excited about this. So, it was interesting, and we just got our first win this past weekend, and that was super exciting. And the girls deserved it. I mean, we've already made so much growth from first week to now is crazy, and we have a D1 opponent that's booked for this coming weekend, and so it's all about that barometer and just seeing where we're at and take each challenge one bite at a time.
If you don't mind me asking, it's kind of like a little personal question.
Yeah.
What made you leave from where you were to come way out here?
Yeah. That's a common question that I've been asked. So I obviously being in Illinois, that's where I was a teacher, and then kind of gave it all up to go and be a coach at Michigan Tech. And just the winters up there were just really hard for me and my family, and like my dogs. I have 3 dogs. So you said personal. Yeah, I have 3 dogs, and there's no dog care up there. They were on a wait list for over a year at the dog care up there, and so we could never get our dogs taken care of. The closest was Appleton, Wisconsin.
Wow.
So driving 4 hours to get your dogs taken care of when you got 3 of them, it's like, oh, I don't know about that. But yeah, and then obviously I mentioned my daughter as well. She actually so there's limited pediatrics up there as well, and so just for my family and for what we needed and how it was, it was a decision where it was like, okay, is this working for our family? I'm not really sure. And so kind of left with a leap of faith, like hoping something was out there. And like I said, luckily enough, I reached out to Sam, and I'm so thankful for her and the connection that I have here with her and with LSU. And so that was such a act of kindness on her part, and it's just changed my life, honestly. And so that's kind of the long story long of how I ended up from all the way north to all the way south.
What's the transition been like for your wife?
Oh, it's crazy. I think it's crazy for both of us, just because, I mean, we have a Bronco and we're used to the snow being past the top of the window.
Michigan. It snows a lot there.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think when we were up there, they had close to a record. It was like 400 and some odd inches of snow or something like that. Somebody told me it snows just a little bit here and the city shuts down. So
half an inch will completely shut it down.
Right. And so that up there they throw sand on the road, and it's like everybody get to where you got to get to, and it's like I don't know. So that transition coming down, it hasn't been easy, but it's something that we're excited because it's going to be better for our family. And so now the only thing is we were looking for a place with a pool. So luckily I think we found one with a pool. Our daughter loves water. And so I think that'll help with the wife and daughter being happy. So that'll be nice. But it's definitely a transition. The heat, heat is definitely different here. You walk outside and you just start dripping.
I moved down here from Wisconsin.
Okay, so know as well then. Yes. You're from Wisconsin. Where in Wisconsin?
Milwaukee.
Oh, okay. There you go.
So are you a Cubs or White Sox fan?
My dad grew up on the South Side. He's a diehard White Sox fan.
Okay.
I for a long time was like, oh, my dad's a South Sider. I got to be a North Sider. And now I'm born and raised Chicago. Anything Chicago, I'm if it's fair weather, you can call me fair weather, but I'm just a diehard Chicago fan, to be honest with you.
So Carthage is in Kenosha, Wisconsin.
Yes, sir.
Small little private school.
Yes, sir.
Not unlike LCU in terms of size and everything.
Yeah.
you were on Lake Michigan for that one. Then you were on Lake Superior for Michigan Tech. So you know a little something about the Great Lakes.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, both are beautiful and amazing for their own likes. And so and now it's alligators. So traded both those for the alligators. And somebody told me one of my first weeks down here, they were like, if it's wet, there's alligators. And so I was like, okay, so there's no swimming down here. And then I found out one of the first weeks of preseason, one of our players, she's Brazilian and she didn't know, but she was swimming in the Red River. And we were like,
really?
Probably not a great idea. And she's like, oh yeah, I saw a croc there the next day. I was like, you're just so casual about it. Like, what? Yeah. So I was like, okay, I got to tell my players, please do not go in the Red River. I didn't know this. You cannot go in it.
I don't know if I've ever known anyone to swim in the Red River.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know one either.
Yeah. So, well, now you do. So she's on my team.
Glad she's
and
okay.
I can tell you about it later.
Wow.
But yeah, so she's very much a go-lucky kind of girl. So it was just kind of like, oh yeah, I went. No big deal. Nothing happened. I was like, oh geez, until there's a headline about it, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So
I wouldn't recommend.
No.
I wouldn't do it at all.
Right.
So for your career, you were assistant coach at Tech, and this is your first college head coaching job. Is this kind of a stepping stone job for you, or something you might stay here for a while, or is it just hard to say?
Right now, it's a little bit hard to say, just because it is all so fresh and new. I definitely want to make this better than how I found it, type of thing.
100%.
And so for me, it is a stepping stone, but it's also, I'm happy. I'm not in any rush. I'm not trying to put out applications or anything like that.
Sure.
I want to embrace this for what this is, and this is. I want to make this something to be proud of, and I want to make this something that Louisiana is proud of. And so I've kind of adopted of trying to recruit a little more locally as well, to try and, as we're moving forward here, to recruit more Louisiana kids, more kids that are closer knit in here. And so for me, it's about embracing that and kind of bringing together a special team. And something that I always did as a kid was, regardless of if it was 2K, with Madden, FIFA, any game, I always like to build my dream team. And so that's kind of what I want to do here is build my dream team and kind of recruit those individuals along with the individuals that are still here and see if we can make some noise. And so for me, it's a home that me and my family are moving to, and we're making the jump. And so I really want to try and make this the biggest and best that I can. And so right now it's a home, and we're going to see where it takes us, type of thing.
Very cool.
Yeah, very cool.
So coming to a Christian university, how has that been different for you?
Yeah, as you said, Carthage isn't too different, and so it's managing the faith with also grades, with also student athlete, right? And so all of that is kind of like a big balancing board. And so I want to make sure that the girls prioritize all of those things, because I think they're all, and mental health as well, I would throw in there kind of as that diamond of things that need to make sure that are cornerstones of our team. But I would say that just balancing all of that, and I feel like I had that at Carthage, and so now kind of curtailing that into LCU, and even at Tech, it was the girls in the conference, props to them. They were, crazy smart. I mean, I've never gone to a place and felt so not inadequate, but they're just so smart at Tech, and those girls are beyond their years, and so they actually won the GPA for the conference the last 15 years or something, or 13 out of the last 15 years or something like that. So placing an importance on academics was something that I told the girls, I'm at this level, no offense, but you guys need to get a degree. And for me, that's what comes first, is get the degree, make sure you have, that, and then the other stuff follows. Faith obviously is another thing that is important, and I urge the girls that they can go to chapel and stuff like that, and make sure you're going to your classes. I make sure that
you don't have to worry about.
I
this
know.
one.
I gave Rose a hard time about that, and she said, "Oh no, you don't have to worry about me, coach." Yeah. So and then I think she told me she's like a 4.0 plus student, so or close to.
She
it
said
something. No,
she's in my classes anyway.
Yeah. So
enough.
A lot of the girls here are very similar to the tech girls. Just they're really academic based, and I think last year the GPA was 3.7, 3.6, somewhere in there, and so I know these girls are studying hard as well too. So having all that balance of that faith, academics, and then making sure that it's taking care of their duties as a student athlete as well.
So for your wife to come down here and get acclimated to the culture when you don't know a whole lot of people. Has that been a challenge so far?
A little bit, but not really, to be honest with you. Southern hospitality is really a thing. I don't know how many times that like I've just been like walking out of a store or walking in a store, and I'll have my daughter and they'll be like, "Oh my gosh, she is just so adorable." Or like people walk, like if they see we have the baby, they'll walk us to our car, or they'll help my wife pack some of the bags, or they'll like she went to when I was working the LSU camp, she went to a couple of plantations, and they were like, "Oh, let me hold your kid for you while you go and do the tour." And she's like, "Where in Chicago would anyone ever do that? Like, that is just not a thing up in Illinois." And so that's why, like, seeing that here, it's like, it kind of takes you back a little bit, and you're like, "Wait, is this real? Like, is this so?" So kind of having that it's been awesome. It's been an awesome transition because we love that environment, and so I think that's made this transition actually a lot easier. Just the people here and the hospitality and the friendliness.
Wait till you get the food part. Yeah, you gonna really don't want to leave. You're not going to leave.
Yeah. So far, we've had some really good food so far. I haven't tried a po' boy yet, so we're gonna have to do that. But haven't tried that. So that's on my list of things to.
What have you tried?
We tried. What is the? It's normally with chicken, I think. But it's jambalaya. Jambalaya, is that it?
Is it jambalaya?
Or is that seafood though? Normally.
No, you can make it with chicken. Yeah.
I think
do both. You can do it all.
Yeah. So I think we had that when we were down in LSU. So I've had that.
Oh, yeah, probably.
But we haven't had the po' boy yet. So that's on my next.
Rose, put them on. Like,
yeah.
What you doing?
We don't have a Culver's down here though. So.
Oh, really? There's no Culver's.
No.
Oh man, you're missing out on Culver's. Culver's. That's a Wisconsin favorite.
Yeah.
You know?
Sandwich.
Yeah.
Oh, the cheese curds there.
Burgers, fried cheese curds.
Oh.
Cheese curds.
Yeah.
What is that?
Oh man, you're talking about good food.
We do have a Freddy's here, and it's kind of
it's not a Culver's though.
though.
I had Freddy's the other day.
Yeah.
It's good, but it ain't
Right.
Culver's.
That's right.
You'll have to, if you make your way up there, you're gonna have to have yourself
what it was
some
called?
Culver's. They actually have them in. There's a couple of them in Florida. There's one in Texas.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay.
They just don't have any in Louisiana yet.
Who knows?
never heard
Maybe
of it,
Rose
right?
opens up a Culver's.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Think? No.
That's
Open a French restaurant, maybe.
Oh, there you go. That would do well here, I think.
Or what?
French restaurant.
Ooh, okay.
Then bring
A
some
bistro.
Bistro.
Yeah.
What is that? Rose, what is that?
It's like a restaurant. I don't know how to
A
explain.
bistro? Yeah, but it's like got
Yeah.
It's like a little
bakery
cafe
and
kind
stuff.
of place.
Yeah, they got coffee.
Don't put it here. You might ruin it. I don't want. I don't know. We might add a little something else to we eat unhealthy down here.
Yeah.
I don't want to mess up.
Yeah.
Mess up too much.
There's a lot of French heritage in Louisiana too.
There is, yeah.
There's one thing. If I ever do something with cooking or baking, it would be crepes.
The
That's
crepes.
If I ever open something, it would be crepes.
I could go for that.
Have you noticed, Rose, being down here, anybody like speaking French or?
Yes, but they don't understand me. I understand them, but they don't understand me because they
'Cause of
say
dialect?
it's too fast. It's like old, really old French mixed with something else.
Cajun
Well, out
French.
here,
Yeah,
Cajun French.
yeah, it's Cajun.
yeah,
I
but
was
it's
gonna say
really
Cajun
old,
French.
like really,
Yeah,
really
it-
old French.
You're not gonna hear from younger people. You're gonna hear more from, mostly from older people.
Yeah, it's like because sometimes I translate what they say to me, and it says like I asked ChatGPT like what does this mean, and it's like, oh yeah, it's from 17 something, so it's like
Yeah.
really old.
Yeah, you have to.
It's like expression.
It's called broken. It's like broken French. You have to grow up on it. Like
Mhm.
out here, I know a couple of people. My grandmother used to speak it, but she don't speak it as much because nobody knew how to speak it. It's dying off. I'm sorry, it's
Yeah.
dying off. So nobody really know how to speak it.
Because there's a lot of different French. You have like African French, you have the kind of Arabic French, you have the French French, you have the Canadian French. I can understand them, but same, they don't understand me.
Yeah.
So,
So
To
what
slow
French do you
down a little.
speak? Like what is
from France.
just
French,
French?
French, French.
The
French
new
French.
French.
The
not
real
old
thing,
one.
French.
Yeah.
The authentic.
The newest one.
Have you ever talked to we have a professor that teaches French classes here. Have you ever talked to her?
Yeah, she don't understand me.
Really?
She says
Really?
it's too fast for her, so I just speak in English. But if she does speak to me in French, I understand.
Okay.
Did you take a French class?
No.
That would be an easy A for you.
Yeah, like for real.
Yeah, that's why they gave me a test and I just did it online.
Oh, you did a clep
Oh,
test,
okay,
clept
okay.
out of it. You should have not told them. You could have just.
Yeah.
So you have 2 games coming up this week as well.
Yeah, back to back this week. Friday against Bethel at home, our first home game. Super excited about that. And then Saturday is D1 Nichols. So that's our exhibition match for this season. And it's definitely a barometer for our squad and our ability.
Very cool. So just seems like a lot of exciting things ahead for the soccer program this year. And Rose, you excited?
Yeah, it's my last year.
Yeah, that's why we're trying to make it the best year possible for these girls, and they've already had success, and now it's just about trying to make sure that they continue this success in their last year. And we have, of those 16 players, I think we have 8 seniors or 7 seniors, so there's a grand majority that are in their last year, and so which is also part of why I think there's so much quality as well. There's not a whole lot of young on this team, but even the young players, I compliment them. They've been growing really quickly, and so it's just really cool to see, and I'm interested to see how this team develops, and as we keep growing little by little. And I think a motto that we've adopted as this season has gone on is trying to grow a little bit more each day, and so just always growing a little bit more each day. It doesn't matter where we started. It doesn't matter it matters what our goal is, but just taking those baby steps in order to get to our end goal as well.
Very good. All right. Well, I think hopefully the LCU sports fans are excited getting a chance to meet our new head coach of the LCU Wildcats, AJ Ostrowski, and we're looking forward to a really good year from y'all.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me and Rose, and this was a pleasure. Thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you too. So we'll have another show come up next week, guys. I think we're off and running.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Okay. Thank you everyone for watching, and we'll talk with you again next time.